Hello there, YouTube. We are back with a special video here today. We've got our very first match play of Booster 2.0 here on the channel. I'm joined by the bald man with the plan, the Kaiju King, the brother from another mother, TJ.
How do you think Link orders food? Like when he sits down at the restaurant table, does he be like, I want the pasta and yeah?
That's all he says, just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Shot.
But yeah, you know, we've got 2.0 match play for you guys for the first time on the channel, so super exciting. For those of you who don't know, the set officially drops on November 1st. And we've got pre-release events going on this weekend, all through next week, so we're super excited. I guess they may not be even calling it pre-release events. I think they're just calling it like a celebration
release event.
Yeah,
it's
release
like celebration.
event.
It's like, yeah, release event is what the text is on the card, I think. Release celebration.
But anywho's, you know, it's an exciting time. There's a lot of new cards that we get to play with, and it's gonna definitely inject some fresh blood into the veins. And more importantly for us in NA, it's going to be the format for Nationals. So super exciting time. I'm definitely looking forward to testing some of these new decks that we get out of it. Today's particular matchup is myself and TJ kind of doing a pseudo Lordknight head-to-head. I'm running the Cerberus Engine that is probably one of the more like tier 0-esque decks, right? And then you're running the black based, more like a Knightmon tribal in a sense sort of deck.
Yeah, we'll say it's a DarkKnight Knight tribal like splice. It's the builds have since changed. Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully this is a good video for you guys to get like an idea of what both decks want to do, or sort of what like the Lordknight cards do, because it is one of the bigger cards that are coming out this set. The whole week we're going to be trying to splice together some decks for you guys to see, so it should be an exciting week for you guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and more importantly, if you haven't noticed by now, we got a new thumbnail. So let us know what you guys think of the thumbnail. The thumbnail is a huge shout out to sort of our big brother to the channel. He's been a huge mentor and a guiding presence for us, and that is DigiPanda. He was the one who basically just made this template and helped show us how to like spice it up a little bit and make it our own. So real huge shout out to DigiPanda. He's done a lot for the community, and he's definitely done a lot for us as like I said, just a big brother role. So thank you, man. We appreciate you for everything that you do. And, you know, enough chitter chatter from me. Let's hop right into the round.
Yeah. Apologies that the memory markers are cut off a little bit. We kind of we're filming this at my house with a little bit of a weirder angle. So things are a little bit tougher on the amount of like space we had for getting the camera set up. I probably could have actually elevated it a little bit. I thought the numbers were in there.
It's all good. I mean, yeah, we make it work. I am also pretty beat, so if I'm sounding a little loopy doopy, I apologize. But yeah, go ahead.
I am at a friend's house right now, so I am on a different mic, so that's why I sound a little bit weirder.
You see me start. Search.
Yeah, I just go into an Agua in the back and drop a Skull Knight. So I am playing a sort of Knightmon tribal, like DarkKnight spliced with Knightmon text cards, just in general sort of variant. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
But you know, it's cool. But it just like anything that plays the game fairly, it has its struggles.
Yeah, and I think, you know, on the other side, right, with the Cerberus package, which we all know from Levia, from Lilith, from Anubis, that does a lot of crazy things. This sort of sequence being one of them, where you can go into a Gobbly, you can choose to go into a Dober or a Dober X. Either or is completely viable. I choose to do both. So we end up pitching a card, netting memory off of the training, since Gobbly will let you gain one, and I cycle 2 off of the 2 inheritables. And then we go into Cerberus to go into the full package here, which is just stupid right off the gate. Cerberus, since we do have a Cerberus underneath, lets me play out a Labra. I don't trash anything, but I gain a memory since I played something. Crack the boost to go straight into the guy, which then lets me play out a level 4.
You climb to Lordknight, you play out the Delta, and let you know we could say it's dumb. We can say it's dumb all we want, but we should it's still interesting. There's a lot. It's crazy how much utility you get out of the Cerberus engine.
Mm-hmm.
Like the engine offers so many different avenues of just I shouldn't not so many. Sorry, correction. It doesn't offer so many avenues of going up your line. It offers such an effective avenue of going up your line that it makes it just like there's a reason why if you play a purple deck that doesn't use a specific gimmick, it's the way to go. It's just the line to go with.
Yeah, I agree. And here, we're maybe we're popping off. I am considering running this at Nat, so I did want to practice a little bit. So like the sequencing there, right, is just you whiteboard. It's essentially what BT5 Lordknight did, but with like the purple package of like draw power, consistency, trash manipulation.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a toolboxy feel with what you can do with like on plays and stuff too. So there's just, it does a lot. It does a lot.
Yeah, I should have voted into this for 4, not for 3. Not for 3. This is a 4-cost Evo. There's nothing that reduces it. I just didn't look at the number. It does not matter. I will tell you that right now, because it's already gone. Also, it doesn't matter if I put Ben at 1 or 2 memory here. The Lordknight engine is just so effective. I'm at 3. Yeah, I just start telling you to swing. I think at this point, because I was like, it's over. Just go. You got it. My build has since changed. To be clear, I have decided that trying to split it between Knightmon and DarkKnight cards just doesn't work. It's just bricky. It does not work. You're doing both engines inefficiently. So I've since made 2 different builds. One that is just like a Knightmon build focus that basically is like it's pretty much just like the Cerberus engine in terms of like running like 4 trainings, a bunch of members, protoforms, and stuff like that. However, it's just Knightmon tribal cards, just to ensure that I always have like protoform in my stack, that I always have like memory to go up into, and I have memory setters just to make sure I have plenty of things and means of DP climbing. And then I have made a build that is a DarkKnight X focus build that is just purely DarkKnight engine with Lordknight top end, with a couple of DarkKnight X-Antibody.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty standard. The Cerberus package is pretty standard. I don't think there's a whole lot to explain with it because it's the same old engine that you was running with maybe like a few neat like choice techs here with the Lordknight top end. And here I'm just accumulating resources, trainings, boosts to find all my pieces so that when I do have that combo play, I can just go up the line, which is really what this deck wants to do.
This is a misplay from me, by the way. It's not on play search, it's on deletion search, so I should not be grabbing a card. But I couldn't read.
I mean,
this was our last game of the night, and we played 5
hours.
Total. This was at like 1 no, it was like 11. No, it was like 11:30.
Yeah.
Or so 11:30, almost midnight. But we started at like 7. So we'd been playing for like 4 or 5 hours straight almost.
And it's early days too. Like we're all still learning how decks function, how cards function. It's one thing to read about them, when spoilers come out and stuff, and it's one thing to watch like JP play them, but to actually like physically have stuff and sequencing things on your own, it is an experience. So I mean, there's the first week or so of all this, you guys will probably be like, why did you do that? Well, we're learning. We'll get there.
I don't think many people are gonna ask that about your side. My side probably a lot. So I'm sure there's gonna be about at least 2 or 3 people that are gonna see this and go, why did he search off the Mortamon? Well, I told you. You just weren't listening with audio. But now you know.
Swing. I decided if I want to block, so I do block because Delta does give me the blocker.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Which Delta, it's such a good card for this deck too. Being able to give your stack blocker, I think, is huge. Being able to just on play, on deletion, being to like pitch a card to pop a level 4, and when digivolving is really, really versatile.
It's super generic just in general. Just blocker, like there's no requirements for it to do anything that like revolves around an archetype outside of the fact that it evos for 3.
Yeah. So here we're just doing the shenanigans again. We go Dober X, gain the memory in the world, cycle a lot.
Yeah, you're getting your whiteboard set up. I opted to just play a tie and pass turn because I was stuck. I never had enough memory to make a play, like a meaningful play, and I knew that if I just left a Lordknight on the board, because all I had in my hand was a Lordknight Ace, that if I just left that on board, it would just be Digivolved, and I would just give you more momentum. So I opted to not do that. However, it doesn't necessarily matter. So we see you swing here. You do go ahead. You do 2 checks. You're a big guy. I do play a tie out of it, at the very least. You pop the Ogremon on suspend.
The other crazy thing about Lordknight X is that it's an all turns, like plus 3k DP. So he's just a baseline 15k guy.
Yeah, and you go ahead. You swing. Another 2 checks. You do play out the Ogremon off of the going into the other Lordknight, and then we thought you died there, but you do not because you have the plus 3k.
Yeah.
I hit the table because I was very excited. I was angry. I won't lie to you guys. I was mad. It was crazy, dude. I got OTK'd, which like I saw it coming, but at the same time, I think you guys will understand as the week goes on. Maybe a bit more. But it is what it is. It's okay. These things happen.
But yeah, no, I mean, hopefully you guys kind of see sort of what Lordknight can do, and sort of what it's capable of doing, which is why there's a lot of people talking about it, particularly this Cerberus package that has been oh so discussed in the community of late. So let us know what you guys think. Yeah,
this video is definitely much more of a showcase of its power and what it can do and why it's a deck you should be wary of moving into this format.
Yeah.
If you are somebody who's just like, I don't really get why it's that good, it doesn't seem all that great to me, you're not paying attention to the meta. It's genuinely, it is a very scary deck. It is something to be very, very heavily considered. You have to really be careful around playing it. But it's also a deck that, like, if you were someone who wants to play it, it's efficient. It's very, very good for like getting your plays out and cranking out these big, powerful boards and feeling like really good about it. So, you know, it's something that, like, if you're someone who's like looking into playing competitively, it is a deck definitely to consider in your roster of decks to play, up there with like Imperial, Take, you know, etc.
Yeah, it has a lot of tools to deal with a lot of things. I will say, though, as with any purple deck, it does need a good pilot. I mean, just playing the deck a couple times, I'm like thinking about things. I'm like, I probably could have done a whole lot of things better, like other rounds, right? This one, I was able to pop off, and I got pretty lucky with what I was seeing. But, you know, it is something that takes practice, you know, and there's a lot of neat tools that you can use to your advantage. And I think you learn more about it each time you play it, which,
yeah,
you know, it's cool. It's cool, and that's a neat thing about purple in general. But
micro decisions are important.
Yes.
It very much matters what you trash and don't trash.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you guys think down below. We will definitely try to get more match play up later this week. We'll also probably look into maybe some deck profiles, deck lists as sort of the meta sort of unfolds. So be on the lookout for that. And lastly, just thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate all the support you've given us, and we can't thank you enough.